Dear students, myself Mrs. Shatabdi Dhar, and today I am going to teach you about network control devices. Now, what are the network control devices? The network control devices are some electronic devices which are required for communication and interaction between devices on any computer network. Specifically, they mediate data transmission in a computer network. Units which are the last receiver or generate data are called hosts, end systems, or data terminal equipments. Now, here is some common network devices about which I am going to discuss with you today. Those are hub, switch, router, bridge, gateway, modem, repeater, and access point. Now, what does those control devices do by working together? Large networks need a way to filter and isolate data traffic. These devices can control those traffic. These devices can connect different types of networks using different types of network protocols. Segmenting the network with connectivity devices provides an actual, that is physical, example of delivering actual data to the right destination through the IP addresses, network ID, and host ID. One of those network device is hub. A network hub is a node that broadcasts data to every computer or Ethernet-based device connected to it. A hub is less sophisticated than a switch, the latter of which can isolate data transmission to specific devices. Hubs are best suited for small, simple local area network. Hubs cannot provide routing capabilities or other advanced network services because they operate by forwarding packets across all ports. Now, network hubs are sometimes referred to as dumb switches with limited capabilities and poor scalability. Networks hubs had primarily one competitive advantage over switches: lower prices. As switch prices fell in the early to mid 2000s, hubs began getting phased out of use. Today, hubs are far less commonly deployed, but network hubs have some niche uses and continue to offer a simple means of networking. By the picture of these
Now,
hubs,
how
you
network
can
hubs
understand
work.
how its
Network
look like.
hubs
Are categorized as layer 1 devices in the OSI reference model. They connect multiple computers together, transmitting data received at one port to all of its other ports without restriction. Hubs operate in hub duplex. This model raises security and privacy concerns because traffic could not be safeguarded or quarantined. It also presents a practical issue in terms of traffic management. Devices on a hub function as a network segment and share a collision domain. Thus, when two devices connected to a network hub transmitted data simultaneously, the packets will collide, causing network performance problems. This is mitigated in switches or routers, as each port represents a separate collision domain. There are two types of hubs. One is active hub and the other is passive hub. Active hub. These are the hubs which have their own power supply and can clean, boost and relay the signal along with the network. It serves both as a repeater as well as varying center. These are used to extend the maximum distance between nodes. And the passive hub, these are the hubs which collect varying from nodes and power supply from active hub. These hubs relay signals onto the network without cleaning and boosting them and can't be used to extend the distance between nodes. Now we are discussing about the device access point. In computer networking, a wireless access point, that is WAP, or more generally just access point, that is app, is a networking hardware device that allows where Wi-Fi devices to connect it to a wired network. The AP, that is access point, usually connects to a router via a wired network as a standalone device, but it can also be an integral component of the router itself. An AP is differentiated from a hotspot, which is a physical location where Wi-Fi access is available. Here in this video, you can see a device is called access point. The next device is switch. It is really a very useful device. A network switch is a small device that centralizes communications among several connected devices in one LAN. Standalone Ethernet switch devices were commonly used on home networks many years before home broadband routers became popular. Modern home routers integrated Ethernet switches directly into the unit as one of their core functions. Ethernet switches are the most common type, although you will also find switches optimized for ATM, fiber channel, and token ring network architectures. Mainstream Ethernet switches like those inside broadband routers supports gigabit Ethernet speeds per individual link, but high performance switches like those in data centers usually support 10 Gbps per link. Different models of network switches support varying number of connected devices. Consumer grade network switches provide either 4 or 8 connections for Ethernet devices, while corporate switches typically support between 32 and 128 connections. Switches also connect to each other, a daisy chaining method to add a progressively larger number of devices to a LAN. Basic network switches like those used in consumer routers require no special configuration beyond plugging in cables and powers. Switch is a data link layer device. The switch can perform error checking before forwarding data. That makes it very efficient as it does not forward packets that have errors and forward good packets selectively to the correct port only. In other words, switch divides collisions domain of hosts, but broadcast domain remains same. By the picture of these switches, you can understand how it looks alike. There are several types of switches in networking in addition to physical devices. One is virtual switches. These switches are software only switches instantiated inside virtual machine hosting environments. And other is routing switches. A routing switch connects LANs. In addition to doing MAC-based layer 2 switching, it can also perform routing functions at OSI layer 3, that is network layer, directing traffic based on the IP address in each packet. Next device we are going to explain is bridge. A bridge is a type of computer network device that provides interconnection with other bridge networks that use the same protocol. Bridge devices work at the data link layer of the OSI model, connecting two different networks together and providing communication between them. Bridges are similar to repeaters and hubs in that they broadcast data to every node. However, bridges maintain the media access control, that is MAC address table, as soon as they discover new segments. So subsequent transmissions are sent to only to the desired recipient. These bridges are also known as layer 2 switches. A bridge uses a database to ascertain where to pass, transmit, or discard the data frame. If the frame received by the bridge is meant for a segment that resides on the same host network, it will pass the frame to that node and the receiving bridge will then discard it. If the bridge receives a frame whose node MAC address is of the connected network, it will forward the frame toward it. The two types of bridges are transparent bridges and source routing bridges. Transparent bridges are the bridge in which the stations are completely unaware of the bridge's existence, that is, whether or not a bridge is added or deleted from the network. Reconfiguration of the station is unnecessary. These bridges make use of two processes, that is bridge forwarding and bridge learning. The next one is source routing bridge. In this bridge, routing operation is performed by source station and the frame specifies which route to follow. The hot can discover frame by sending a special frame called discovery frame, which spreads through the entire network using all possible paths or destination. We are going to discuss about repeater. Repeaters are network devices operating at physical layer of OSI model that amplify or regenerate an incoming signal before retransmitting it. They are incorporated in networks to expand its coverage area. They are also known as signal booster. When an electrical signal is transmitted via a channel, it gets attenuated depending upon the nature of the channel or the technology. This poses a limitation upon the length of the LAN or coverage area of cellular networks. This problem is alleviated by installing repeaters at certain intervals. Repeaters amplifies the attenuated signal and then retransmits it. Digital repeaters, digital repeaters can even reconstruct signals distorted by transmission loss. So, repeaters are popularly incorporated to connect it between two LANs, thus forming a large signal LAN. This is shown in the following diagram. Next device is gateway, about which I am going to discuss with you. A gateway is a network node used in telecommunications that connects two networks with different transmission protocols together. Gateways serve as an entry and exit point for a network, as all data must pass through or communicate with the gateway prior to being routed. In most IP-based networks, the only traffic that does not go through at least one gateway in traffic following among nodes on the same local area network, that is LAN segment. The term default gateway or network gateway may also be used to describe the same concept. The primary advantage of using a gateway in personal or enterprise scenarios is simplifying internet connectivity into one device. In the enterprise, a gateway node can also act as a proxy server, and a firewall gateways can be purchased through popular technology retailers such as Best Buy or rented through an internet service provider. Now, here comes the most important device in computer network, that is router. A router is a hardware device designed to receive, analyze and move incoming packets to other network. It may also be used to convert the packets to other network interface, drop them and perform other actions relating to a network. Routers normally connect LANs and WANs together and have a dynamically updating routing table based on which they make decisions on routing the data packets. Routers divides broadcast domains of hosts connected through it. A router has a lot more capabilities than other network devices, such as hub or a switch, that are only able to perform basic network functions. There are different types of routers: wireless router, B router, core router, edge router, and virtual router. Now, the another device is modem. Modems are used for data transfer from one computer network to another computer network through telephone lines. The computer network works in digital mode, while analog technology is used for carrying messages across phone lines. It converts information from digital mode to analog mode at the transmitting end, and demodulators converts the same from analog to digital at receiving end. The process of converting analog signals of one computer network into digital signals of another computer network so they can be processed by a receiving computer is referred to as digitizing. When an analog facility is used for data communication between two digital devices called data terminal equipment, that is DTE, modems are used at each end. DTE can be terminated or any terminal in computer. The modem at the transmitting end converts the digital signal generated by DTE into an analog signal by modulating a carrier. This modem at the receiving end demodulates the carrier and hand over the demodulated digital signal to the DTE. The transmission medium between the two modems can be dedicated circuit or a switched telephone circuit. If a switched telephone circuit is used, then the modems are connected to the local telephone exchanges. Whenever data transmission is required, connection between the modems is established through telephone exchanges. So students, hope my video can help you to understand what the network control devices do in computer network. Thank you for watching my video.